Hey everyone, I'm Summer, and welcome back to my channel, where solopreneurs, coaches, and creators learn how to bridge the gaps. Today's gap would be the gap between marketing theory and business reality. This is my part where Teach Me Something playlist is what I call it. I invite brilliant experts to share practical, real world strategies that click in place. Today's topic is one that every business owner needs to master: getting found, getting leads, and keep customers coming back. My guest today is Jacques Skuteeki. He's a brilliant business innovator. He's an innovation strategist. He's a serial entrepreneur. He's a marketing coach with decades of hands on experience. And he has experience across multiple industries. I admire this person, and that's why he is here today on my show. Jacques has built several companies and scaled them. He's advised countless solopreneurs, and he's known for his no nonsense approach to business growth and marketing innovation. He's all about creating systems that bring in steady leads, build lasting trust and relationships, turn visibility into long term profitability. And today he's here to teach me and you exactly how to do that. So, Jacques, welcome.
Thank you
I'm
so much
glad.
for the invitation, Summer. What an honor to be on your show.
My pleasure. It's an honor that you're here today. I want to ask you the first thing I want to ask you, something that every business owner obsesses over: reviews. We all know how important they are, but getting customers to actually leave one is another story, right? So, what would you say is the fastest way to boost reviews without begging for people's reviews or bribing them? Because in my experience, people are happy; they don't think to leave a feedback. How do we change that behavior?
That's an excellent question. So there's different type of reviews. There's Google Business reviews, and there's just general reviews that you want
Mm,
to have, for example, on your website. If we make it very simple, there's three components to a review. Number one, you need to make sure that you know what your review is going to be about, right?
mhm,
And your
mhm,
review is based on a customer experience, right? Because depending on what you sell or what you offer, people can give different reviews. The
mhm,
number one problem of reviews is people don't know what to put in their review. So you're
mhm.
being invited to give a review,
To give a
and when you
review.
give the review, you don't know what to write. So step one is make sure that when you ask for a review, right, you be very clear on what the content can be. Was it the
Mm,
price? Was it the
mm,
service? Was it after we did the job, everything was cleaned up? Was it when you work with me after 90 days, you got some results, right? Make sure that you give 2 or 3 reasons or topics for the review.
mm,
That's what's the most important. And then you ask the client if they're comfortable with the content of those questions.
mm.
And then you have to, ideally, you want to give an incentive. You say, if you give
Correct.
me a review, I'm going to give you a bonus. In 6 months, we're going to do
Mm,
this, or here, I'm going to give you a $10 or a $50 Starbucks card,
mhm,
right?
mhm,
So depending on the price of your service. So number one, make sure that your review is your questions are well done. Number two, educate the person who's going to give the review about what you're looking for. And number three, make sure there's an incentive. You give the
mm,
incentive before the review. So then
mm.
they're a lot more inclined to give you a good review.
That is smart. So, what I'm hearing is turn the review process into a natural part of the customer's experience instead of making it an awkward afterthought and saying, "Can you please give me a review?" or "Now I'll give you something for it." We should build more on that, I think. If a business wants more leads, what's the first thing they should do before they even touch ads or complicated funnels?
Well, to get more leads, number one, reviews are important, right?
Yes.
Because
Yes.
the reviews, whether it is on your website or Yelp or Google review or Bing reviews, and that's a whole different conversation. But
Mm,
reviews allows you to build your reputation. And there's something called reputation management, and Google
mm,
also gives a score. So if you want
mhm,
more leads, it's good
mm,
to have reviews. Now, leads I really over all these years has simplified the customer journey. For me, the
mm,
customer journey is 3 sections. And we've implemented a concept called 12-step cash flow, which in phase one is all about strangers that are leads. And now you got to understand who your target avatar client is, right? Your
right.
potential client is. Then you got to make offers. And the offers that you are making, while they are cold call leads or strangers, You need to attract them into a conversation. That's what people call a lead capture page or whatever, an offer.
Landing
Once
page,
they,
yeah.
once they give you their name, their phone number, and their email, now you start educating them.
Mm.
Right now, they're no longer a lead; they are a prospect. So, how to get more leads is to make sure that you have a free offer that can educate them. So you bring them from a cold call connection, a stranger, which is a lead, into a prospect, which is a friend, and then the client now becomes family. So that's the cycle. That is the customer journey. That is a
The
sales
journey.
cycle for any business. Sometimes it's 1 week the journey. Sometimes it can be 1 year.
Depending on what the business is, right?
Exactly. Make sure you have the right offer for them
Mm.
to want to find out more. And
Mm.
that's what our slogan now is, like, stop selling, start engaging. The
We
more
should
you
unpack that
engage,
more.
the more you engage, the more you're going to build that connection of trust, like, and understanding. And people don't buy on price. They buy on connection. They
And
feel
trust.
connected.
Hmm.
Yeah.
Yes. And why do you believe businesses should focus on engagement over sales? Because I feel too many businesses are trying to close instead of connect, and it's costing them trust. And I love it how you said, stop selling, start engaging. That's my mantra too. Unpack this more.
What I am noticing right now is we have decided to go after a target market called roofers because I like their personality, and
Mm.
there's a lot of things that I like about them, and I really understand what their problem is, what their problems are in
Mm.
that business category. But what
Hmm.
I'm really noticing is that it doesn't matter what business you are in. The number one thing is, do you understand your customer journey?
Right.
Do you understand the process
Mm.
of your customer journey? Whether you sell a face cream or a service, a marketing service, or a repair in the home, or a speaker program, it doesn't matter what you sell. You just got to make sure that you understand what the process is before people decide to give you the credit card. That is crucial, crucial, crucial. What I'm also noticing is that people may not, and it's funny because for the same business category, every business got a different customer journey. I have roofers that only
Hmm.
believe in networking, no ads, none of that stuff,
Okay.
just networking.
Mm.
Other roofers, they just believe in bids. The more bids they get, the better it is. And other ones is just about ads. They're going to put $20,000 a month in, 20 grand a month on Facebook ads and things like that.
Hmm.
And then they got a $20,000 website, which is
Hmm.
really crummy. It's like a Bible.
Hmm.
I mean, once you go in there, you get lost. And what
Hmm.
I'm noticing, to answer the specific question about the customer journey, is
Hmm.
that I have clients that do bids. And out of 100 bids, I have clients that only close 7 to 10% of the bids. And
Wow. Okay.
I have this client that closes 35% of his bids because he understands the customer journey. Once they got the bid, once they got the results of the bid, he
Mm.
understands that journey. And most of the roofers don't understand that journey.
Mm.
So part of the process is a bid, because eventually you have to make an offer. But
Yes.
once you gave that offer, what happens? That's a journey, right? That's
Hmm.
at the end of the customer sales cycle. So
Hmm.
Steve really gets it right, and that's why he gets like 1 out of 3 bids he converts. And
Wow.
these are not small jobs. But I got other clients, they convert 8%, 7%, 12%. They don't understand what happens once the client got the price or the
Hmm.
prospect got the price. What do you do after that? You just call them and say, okay, give me your credit card, or you say, okay, let's start talking about the project. Do you have any questions, any objections? Let me get back to you. They're not building that trust, like, in understanding for the
Hmm.
buyer to have in the roofer that's selling the job.
That's like
Understand your
saying,
customer journey.
yeah, let's do the lunch break first and then start working at 10 a.m. Doesn't work that way. Your words are really gold. Golden words are music to my ears. Engagement as the front
Engagement.
door to sales, not the
Yeah.
opposite way. And that's how I roll too. Also, I hear you say another slogan several times. It's not only caught my attention, it's stuck in my head for a long time. Leads fall through the cracks. Why do you use that phrase? It sounds like a warning more than a tagline.
You know, I think of, I'm putting my thoughts together here. So to answer that is that, if okay, business is based on cash flow,
Yeah.
and no cash flow, no business,
Mm-hmm.
and no cash flow if you don't have any leads, right? So you need
True.
leads to be able to have some cash flow out there.
Mm-hmm.
And
Mm-hmm.
leads fall through the cracks. I mean, I remember, God, I don't know, like 10 years ago, where I would go to these events and I would get these business cards and I would come back to the office and then we would put them in the computer. And oh, one has a Facebook. Oh, one has an email. Oh, one only has a phone number. Oh, one only has a fax, right? You remember
Hmm.
those days. And then
Yes.
how do you follow up? You put them on an Excel spreadsheet, but
Mm-hmm.
the Excel spreadsheet does not make phone calls.
No, it doesn't. Hmm.
Okay, so you put everything in a spreadsheet, a beautiful spreadsheet. You came back to an event. So
Hmm.
today we have the automation, and that's where my slogan is. We use 12-step cash flow marketing concept, which is,
Mm-hmm.
as I discussed, leads, prospects, and clients.
Hmm.
Because if leads fall through the cracks, you are missing opportunities. And we are always surprised to be sending out text messages and phone calls, phone messages, text messages, and emails where at a point in time you have now you know what happened. And I have a really good example of that. I've been at there's a B2B marketing event here in Vegas. I've been there for 2 days. And
Mm-hmm.
I went to I live in New York and I live in Vegas. And I was in June at an event in New York City called the Small Business Expo, which everybody heard, they're all over the country.
Mm-hmm.
And I had met a guy there, and he was perfect for my show because he's about acquisition, sales and acquisitions. And that's one of the problems. There a lot of roofers want to exit strategies right now because their
Right.
business is worth a lot of money. It's worth,
Mm-hmm.
10 million a year. And now they want to
Mm-hmm.
figure out how to put their stuff together
Mm-hmm.
to make it appealing to get the highest sales price. And I
Mm-hmm.
met this guy in June, and then on Wednesday when I went to the event, we went one on one. He said, "Oh yeah, I met you, and I want you to you invited me to your podcast." I said, "Yes, I did." And he says, "Well, what happened?" Well, luckily I have a phone, and luckily I have a system, and I was
Mm-hmm.
right away able to pinpoint right in front of him his name. I had
Mm-hmm.
sent him 2 text messages and 3 emails within 30 seconds, and he said, like, wow, I need a system like that. So I said, I reach out to you, and I think it was only one voicemail. I reached out to you and you were busy, and it's okay, but I'm glad we
Mm-hmm.
connected today. So it just proves that when you are persistent in reaching out to people and educating them and not selling them, right, it works. You build your trust, like, and understanding in you. So when this guy left from the event, he says, like, he really felt good about me, saying, this guy's got his shit together. He knows what he's
Mm-hmm.
doing. And I'm looking
Mm-hmm.
forward to, and I will be very careful in looking at my emails and text messages so I can be on your podcast. So that's what I mean by leads fall through the cracks. If you have a system, it can be whatever you call it. It
Mm-hmm.
can be a simple system, but please don't use an Excel spreadsheet.
There are so many CRMs out there right now. And I feel like you are only as strong as the weakest part of your system,
Yeah,
right? So,
yeah.
yeah. And
And,
visibility is
and
one thing.
and you do CRMs too,
Yeah.
like
Yeah.
and there was somebody, it was so funny in Michael White's house community. There
Mm-hmm.
was a person there that I had reached out also about 9 months ago at one of
Mm-hmm.
Michael's events, and then she popped up again about 2 weeks ago. And then when she popped up, she saw me at another event. She said, "Oh my God, we didn't follow." And again, I went through my system. I saw the name. I saw the emails that we send out, everything. But you be politically correct. You don't want to say people. I know you're busy because I miss
Mm-hmm.
emails all the time. So
Yeah. Yeah.
I'm to blame too. So it's
Mm-hmm.
funny, and then I was able to do the track of the content that we had discussed and the track
Mm-hmm.
of the emails that I sent her. So when she came back in the picture about a week ago, I said, "Oh yeah, this and that, and this is about you. I saw you on LinkedIn. Oh, how do you know all that stuff?" Yeah, we have,
I
you know,
keep track of it. It's my system.
exactly. It's the system. So
Mm.
when you have a system, it doesn't matter what it is. Make sure
Mm.
you stick to it. And
Yes.
if your leads don't fall through the cracks right now, they will be very valuable in 2 months or even in 2 years.
That is going to stick with me for a long time. This has been so educative so far that I don't want to end this. So let me ask you one more question. Getting found on Google has been one thing my agency struggles with even now. So, how do you actually get found on Google today? Between SEO changes, AI, local search updates, it feels like we're always a moving target. What are the key steps then that might still work and actually move a business up the ranks?
So how to be found on Google is a 2 hour conversation.
Okay.
But
How do you reduce
basically,
that to 2 minutes?
okay. So the most important thing is that we have to remember is that number one, Google owns GBP, Google Business Profile, GBP,
GBP? Mm-hmm.
and they also own about 80, 90% of the searches on their browser. And don't forget, they also own YouTube.
Yes.
So when you want to pop up on Google, you got to make sure that you have information on all three of those platforms. Number one.
Mm-hmm.
Number two, make sure that even if you are on Twitter, or you are on Facebook, on LinkedIn, on your website, make sure that you always use one phone number, one email, and one
Mm,
address. That
mm,
is huge.
mm,
Again, one
mm,
phone number on all the platforms, one email on all the
mm.
platforms. Very, very, and the address. Make sure the address is correct. Now,
Correct.
if you are
Yeah.
unit B,
Mm.
do unit B everywhere. Don't do suite B or don't do apartment B. You use the same, exactly the same thing. That's the second thing. It doesn't matter
Wow.
where you put it. And number three,
Right.
make sure you have branding. Make sure that you have a logo. Make sure that
Mm-hmm.
you have a slogan that goes
Mm-hmm.
with your business. Our slogan is because leads fall through the cracks. We need to
Mm-hmm.
have a conversation about 12-step cash flow. That's our slogan. And when we have that conversation, we also talk about stop selling, start engaging. Because
Start
I'm
engaging.
noticing is that really increases the awareness in a conversation. Oh yeah, right. So consistent branding is number three. The right logo, the right color. It doesn't matter if your logo is ugly. Make sure that you have a logo
You have a
and that
logo. Yes.
everything's branded. Like if, like in your case, you have a lot of orange. It's all over. The orange is all over. So there's brand consistency. So
Mm.
when I see you on Facebook, or I see you on your website, or I see you anywhere else, there is brand consistency. And the fourth thing is about your website. Make
Mm.
sure that whoever is doing your website, they're competent. They understand.
Yes.
And there's a lot of people doing websites, they're not competent. It's not
Mm-hmm.
because they charge you $10,000 for a website
Doesn't
that
mean
they're
they're great.
competent.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Mm.
And what you need to look at on the website as a fourth thing is the proper schemas and also the proper H1, H2, and H3 tagging. Those are crucial. And if
Mm.
you do that with a call to action on your website, you're
Mm.
going to be found. And also what Google likes is that you post regularly on your website. You need to post once a week, minimum once a month. But if you're
Blog.
doing once a
Yeah.
week, it's even better.
Mm-hmm.
Post whatever you put on your Facebook, put on your website, call it a blog. And Google likes to see active websites. Now, what's happening, everything is changing because of AI, and that's another conversation, which I don't have the highest level of competency, how
Mm.
to be found in ChatGPT and all that stuff, but we are
Mm.
working on that right now.
Mm. I advise people to do an FAQ on their websites. FAQ
Yeah.
is like a conversation, so it's a question and answer. So people would love to know more about your business. They ask a question on Google, and your FAQ pops up.
You are 1,000% right. But also not to forget that if you have an FAQ, which is another
Mm-hmm.
element, make sure
Mm-hmm.
that on your website you have a call to action.
Yes.
Not bring them on your website and have them go to Facebook. No, no, no. On your website, you should not have Facebook and LinkedIn on your website because your
Okay.
website is your product catalog.
Mm-hmm.
That's your catalog. Make sure you have a call to action so they can join your newsletter, they can view a video, they can look at a PDF, how to do this, how to do that. And make
Mm-hmm.
sure that there's an invitation, there's a call to action. Click here to go on my calendar and get
Mm-hmm.
your free blah, blah, blah.
Mm-hmm. In my case, it's join my events or buy my membership.
But you are right,
Perfect.
there's a lot of power in an FAQ because the FAQ
FAQ.
does help also Google. If you have the right questions on your FAQ, Google is going to recognize that. Very good point.
You gave us a brilliant checklist right there. Like people could just make notes from just this episode and work wonders with their business. So you simplified what so many of us overcomplicate.
It's marketing is you learn every day. You learn every day,
Same,
every
yes.
day, every day, every day. And I was at an event, again, the B2B marketing event here in Vegas, and I was listening to other digital marketing agency doing their pitch.
Mm,
And I was saying to myself, I can't say that. I mean, it's everybody is selling, pizza with the tomato sauce. And that's what I hear. Oh, we have the CRM. People don't buy CRMs. People buy solutions.
Yeah.
right? People need leads. They need
Mhm.
traffic on their website. They need reviews. That's what people buy. They don't buy a CRM. Oh, we have a CRM and we do Google ads. People don't buy that.
Nobody buys a vacation because they enjoy a 7 hour plane ride.
Exactly.
They want it for the beaches and for the sunshine. Yeah.
And
Sell the benefit
relaxation and away from their
and
cell phones.
relaxation. Yeah.
Uh,
Yeah. So, Jacques, where can people find you? If people
I
want to learn more about you, how do they connect with you?
There's my personal website, Jacques, JACQUES 360.com. So JACQUES 360.com. There's everything on there. We have a lot of free stuff there. We have different websites that we promote different specialty services. Check it out. We have a podcast. If anybody would be interested to have a conversation with me and come on my podcast, it's dedicated for roofers.
Mhm.
So we can have a conversation too. But there's a bunch of stuff on there. If you want to learn how to do engagement in your business, we have a free 30-day email, two lines every day.
Oh,
It
wow.
gives you the incentive on how to do engagement in your business. Pretty awesome. KISS, every day you get a little email, 2 lines. Oh, yeah, I can do this today. I can do that. So there's a lot of free
Mhm.
stuff.
So that would go more than just for roofers. I think anybody could listen to your podcast and gain a lot of knowledge because you're giving away so much for free. All this knowledge you've collected over decades of experience.
Yeah. We
So,
also have events. We have events, Eventbrite in 21 cities. We talk
okay.
about GBP. We talk about Chanel and AI chatbot. We
Okay.
also talk about how to generate more lead. I mean, there's different topics. We're very specialized in GBP, retargeting
Mm,
campaigns, and AI
mm.
chatbots. That's our specialty. And there's events there with recordings, and you can listen to them.
Wow. My head is spinning from all this. So I think I'll take one at a time and go through your resources. And you guys, you want to learn more about Jacques and you want to connect with him directly. His links are right there in the chat. Go to his website. It's one of the most beautiful websites, most powerful and resourceful websites I've seen. And I see a lot of websites, and I'm a big judge of websites. So go there, the links are in there. Grab his resources, check out his events, and start engaging the way smart businesses do. And if you
And
haven't
stop
yet,
selling.
and stop selling, yes, engage first. And if you haven't yet, hit subscribe so you don't miss the next Teach Me Something episode. Each guest I bring in here gives you strategies you can use immediately so that you can grow your visibility, your authority, and enhance your results. Until the next time, see you guys.